Hey guys, we are back for another week. Welcome to the Curve. So glad you guys are joining us. I am so glad to be back for another week around the amazing table with our co-hosts extraordinaires.
Hey, I'm Melissa.
I'm Tony G. Campbell.
And of course, it's your girl Shannon Deneen. And before we get started, of course, I want everyone to tell me where that we can find you on these interwebs.
Oh, social media. You can reach me at Tony, the letter G, Campbell on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And you can find me at Misty W1913 on all the tags.
No, all the tags.
All the tags.
And of course, you can hit me at Shannon Deneen. Also, go to my website, shannondeneen.com. And of course, as always, please make sure you are following us on YouTube, on the Curve site on YouTube, and also on Facebook.
Yay!
Yes. How was everybody's week?
It's been a real good week.
Well, we starting off.
Yeah, we're starting off.
We,
We're starting off great.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to jump right on into the hot topics. Yesterday was the big game. Dun, dun,
It
dun.
was. Dun, dun, dun.
Why you looking like that, miss?
Because I wasn't watching it.
You didn't watch the game.
No, I'm standing with Cap.
Hey, we got some people
standing
still
with Cap.
protesting. We still standing with Cap. Hey. Well, I'm gonna tell the truth. I went to a party and I didn't really see much of the game. I didn't I went to...
See, I was debating. I was torn. I was like, okay, can I protest and go to a Super Bowl party? Like, I don't know. Like, what should I do?
It was playing.
I was about to say, I watched the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Sitting in my bed with my son who kept asking me who were we rooting for. Because
Oh.
he knows we're Eagles. Go Eagles. But he knew. He's like, they're not playing. Who we rooting for, mama? And the reason I was like, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl employs too many black people for me not to support it. I mean, I'm
that.
just like,
I get that.
That's the whole
I
reason.
can't. Yeah.
That's the whole reason why I didn't watch it. Because they employ too many people to not stand against what's happening to our community as well as to the players that they employ.
But if you would have watched it, I don't know who organized it this year. I don't know if it's somebody different than any other year. I felt like they tried to do like inclusion. They tried to do one love. They tried to do unity. I felt that throughout the whole thing, from the commercials to even
But this is
Maroon
the
5 and their
53rd
whack.
one. This is like the 53rd Super Bowl. So
I
you
know,
won't
but
include me now
No.
after 53 years.
So here's
No,
what-
I think they were trying to offer an olive branch. Like, we're trying to do something different. And it's like if we don't ever allow people to actually try and do something different and keep holding them to what they used to do, then nothing's ever going to change.
You're not wrong. I just feel like for me, the Super Bowl was, it is exactly what happens when you try too hard. It gets boring and stale. Like the whole thing was stale to me. Like I couldn't, the commercials were stale, the halftime show. And here's the thing, I adore Adam Levine. I think he is a fantastic performer. And he is improving with age, honey. He is good.
I
good.
did watch him on YouTube today.
Yeah, girl, he's
I
good to
watched
look
him
at
on
that Adam
YouTube
Levine.
today.
I like
That
him.
stadium is too big for him. His voice is not. He needs to be at the Tabernacle or something. His voice
The
is.
Tabernacle Maroon 5.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
No, because his voice is not bold enough. It cannot carry. I couldn't hardly hear
But
him.
neither is Janet Jackson, and they let her do it.
And
Well,
She
I
whispers
mean,
things. She whispers
I
things.
don't know about all that. But see, she was with JT, and that was that whole thing.
She whispers things.
But see, I don't
Midnight
think that
Hero.
was a good
Duh.
one either. The best ones were Beyonce,
Uh-huh.
Prince,
Yeah.
Yep.
and what's that little boy name?
Who?
You know.
Dancing like this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
No, you know who I'm
Justin
talking about.
Timberlake?
No, the one with the full-on band. He has a live band.
Michael Bublé?
No, he's He's the little. He's Hawaiian, I think. I don't want to say.
Bruno Mars.
Yes, him. Why
Yes.
can't I remember his
He
name?
was good.
You ain't been
He
out
was
for a
good.
while,
He
Bruno. I
sings
need you
now.
to come
He
back with some
sings.
more music.
Yeah,
He gives us a whole show, but
Yes,
this,
see, those are entertain. That's what I need. I need someone who gives you the whole thing. Prince ain't gonna leave you. You can pay $25 to see Prince, and he will still give you the whole show. Beyonce is gonna give you the whole.
She's gonna bring
show.
all her dancers.
Bruno is gonna give you the whole show. I don't know what they did last night.
What you feeling, friend?
I still felt some type of way. I felt some type of way about this whole, you know how they knocked down not just one, but several murals around the city with Kaepernick on them that were
Who did that?
in the Collier Heights, Vine City.
Atlanta.
The city did.
The
The
city.
city knocked them down.
The
That
city
NFL
knocked them
money-
right on down.
That NFL money, they knocked them down. You know, Atlanta has stood with Cap, and it's been visible in some of our most historic and significant communities.
Absolutely.
That are around the stadium.
And they were like, no, thank you.
Bulldozed down days before the Super Bowl. So that left a bad taste in my mouth. The fact that it took last Monday and last Tuesday, Wednesday, it took me 2 hours to pick my child up from school. So I had an attitude about that whole little downtime. I know people posted the memes about, you know it's coming. No, but you're in a different mindset when your commute is usually 45 minutes. And now it's 2 hours.
Listen.
And then
that's
let's
what I
talk
say.
about
You know,
these
a million people.
The
in
strippers
the
got
city.
paid this
but
weekend.
I know, but okay, but
They
see,
got
this
paid.
is what- this is
They
what-
won.
This is
The
what,
strippers
because they
won.
probably can retire from all the money that Diddy. See,
The
some of these
strippers
people
won.
that's speaking about this whole black excellence, and this is what we need to do for our community, and I love you, Queen, but
On the flip side.
on the flip side of it, you throwing money at her as she crawling across the ceiling. You know what I mean? All that money that you put into Magic City, you could have made some magic happen over in Vine City.
Come on now.
True.
You better preach a word.
Now, I understand that, but I'm pretty sure they're like, it's not our responsibility to. It's like we expect superstars and just people because they have money to go in and pick up a community and make it better when they didn't even ask to do that.
Well, that's not my expectation. My expectation is when you promote, I follow Diddy on Instagram. So he is constantly promoting black excellence. This is what, and I know people are going to say, well, he started school in Harlem and he did it. I'm just saying you can't stand, me personally, you can't stand and say, I rock with you, Queen, and you are Mother Earth, and I love you so much, and this is what you're doing. And then, you know, some of the things that, in my opinion, that you're doing is not really saying that I'm really rocking with you. Like, I just feel like, and I don't have anything against strip clubs.
Strippers can't be queen of the earth.
No, I'm not saying they can't be. But some of that money that you threw out to get to Magic City, you drove in 3 impoverished neighborhoods, past 3 schools, and I'm not asking you to clean up that whole community, but I'm sure it's some little kids that needed a new coat, new something that you could have stopped by and say, hey, take this, give them some of that money while you, because if you follow them on Instagram the whole weekend, it was all over.
But here's the thing, they also have to be celebrities, and in some cases, unfortunately, because I agree with you about certain portions of that, but unfortunately, as celebrities, they still have a lifestyle that they have to show on Instagram and maintain, so that they maintain their celebrity, so that they can build a school in Harlem. Because if they don't have anybody following that lifestyle, then they can't continue to make money, and if they're not making money, they can't feed back into our communities.
And I will let you know, my church, actually, we put a lot of work into the Vine City and West End areas. That is our area. Every year we give over 1,000 backpacks to those kids. We give coats and stuff. We sow a lot into that community. We've done it for the last 6 years. So it's like.
But here's the problem I also see in even that thought process, and I've been thinking a lot about this as I think about my own direct service. So it is wonderful. I'm a part of a lot of organizations that do bikes and backpacks and back to school supplies, and those are necessary items. Like those are incredibly important to the children of that community. But when do we get to a point where, as organizations, we stop doing the first tier direct giving
I'm gonna
stuff?
give it and I'm gonna leave.
And then I'm gonna leave. Like, when do we get to the point where we are teaching communities how to sustain themselves? I think
we
that's,
try and do that. We
I
have
think
classes
that's-
on that too.
But
About
I
doing
think
think-
that's
I
where the
think that's
celebrity.
great.
I think that's where the celebrity
Right.
has the opportunity to step in. And I was listening
But
to.
like
their
a-
It's
I was
not
gonna
their
say,
responsibility.
But a Diddy ain't gonna do it for Georgia
Why wouldn't he?
because he's not from here. He
but
doesn't
a
have a
T.I.
connection.
would. But a T.I. should.
would.
And a big boy should.
But here's
and
okay, so but here's my thing. This is the accountability piece.
and a Killer
When
Mike
you,
is.
When you come, okay, if you are, and I don't know if I can plug this, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell people.
Tell
if
the
you
people.
need to watch Killer Mike on the Breakfast
You
Club,
absolutely do.
You have to watch that.
You should.
It will blow
Change
your
your
mind.
mind.
The thing about it is, if you come to my city, you're coming to my city for this huge party for a week, because that's basically what the Super Bowl was. The least that I can ask you to do is to sow into some of these kids. Not to say that you have to. And maybe, okay, so maybe I'm going with my mindset in, again, y'all know what I'm going to say, and being from Flint.
Mhm.
Like, Beyonce came to Detroit. All of the ticket sales from her Detroit show went to the city of Flint. Like, she and Jay-Z came to the city. Russell Simmons, same thing. And it was more than, like, how can you drive past and don't, like, turn a blind eye? That's kind of what I see. Because to get to
'Cause
Magic
it's
But
City,
see, I don't
dark
think
and
that
their
they.
windows
I
are
don't.
tinted.
I don't know if that's exactly what happened. I know that there are. I know that there were pushes for community input from celebrities all over. I don't know if Diddy was the one doing it. I don't know, but I do know that lots of celebrities have come to the city and have invested in the city and did so during Super Bowl.
well, maybe
Lots
let me
of them.
say, I'm not going to point the finger
Yeah.
because I didn't see it. So these
Lots
that's
of
what I'm
them
saying, my personal
also
feelings.
also donated and committed to the sex trafficking cause.
Okay.
Like
Yes.
lots of them were
Yes, I
involved
saw
in that and creating awareness and bringing advocacy to that
Absolutely.
issue. So that I greatly appreciated because, of course, for those of you who do not know, Atlanta is the fourth largest city in the United States of America for sex trafficking, and it was even huger when the Super Bowl
Did
was
you
here.
see all the people that got caught with Uber?
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
ma'am, yes,
you see
ma'am. I
them?
did. The people who got caught with Uber, the people who got caught at the airport,
Yes.
the people who got there were all kinds of people all over the city
Yes.
who were
They
listen.
were not playing Thank You Atlanta.
Yeah,
We had
come on.
28 different counties
Absolutely.
represented in law enforcement
Yeah.
and security.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. Can I ask y'all something?
yeah.
Because I'm just to put
They
a
weren't
spin
playing
on it.
games.
I just want to know. I just
Ask the
since
question,
we're talking
friend.
about trafficking and some of the stuff that went on, how did you all feel about this whole domestic violence situation that happened with Bow Wow?
Listen.
Just quick, just real quick, just real quick.
Okay, so let me tell you, I heard two different stories. I heard that she was the aggressor.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that she was the one who scratched him and that he
Hit him with the lamp.
hit him with
He
the
had a lot
lamp
of scratches
and
on
that
his
he
face.
had all of the scratches on his face.
Mhm.
And then I heard that she was provoked.
Here's the thing. Okay, because I heard both of those.
I'm not
and
sure
I
what to
also-
believe yet.
I also, the records and police reports and things, because, you know, they had her blow or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that she was inebriated.
Okay.
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 And that they couldn't tell who the aggressor was. And I'm just going,
Say what you feel, friend.
I'm going to say what I feel.
Say what you feel.
So, if you've ever dealt with, and I love them all, but if you've ever dealt with the Pisces, that Pisces got a mouth on them that can go.
Uh-huh.
With the best of them.
Uh-huh.
And
Is he a Pisces or
yes,
she?
he is.
Okay. All
he
right.
is. But you gotta have enough restraint on yourself. No matter, and this is just how I feel. People can say whatever they want, and I know I am one to get highly irritated. However, you gotta know when to go. Like my mom used to say, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, it was wrong. They both had, from the police reports, They had some minor injuries, both of them. But he looked like he got into a fight over at the Atlanta Zoo.
Yeah.
Like and then he looked mad, like, dang.
Yeah, like it's coming out. It's about to be. Bow Wow has been clowned enough in life.
Did you see the meme where they had from Players Club with Bernie Mac and the people? They had his mugshot, and then in the corner, like he was FaceTiming, they had Bernie Mac and the guy looking over at him. And I was like, I feel bad.
I did not see that.
Because it said he tried to walk away. He was trying to get away.
I was about to say, and if she went after him, she's way in the wrong.
Absolutely.
But they both went to jail.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily agree with that because I don't think that happens in most domestic violence situations. I feel like the police come. If the woman is the one who says, he hit me, they go to jail. Now, I don't feel that should be any different for a woman. If you come at a man and you hit him and pop him and this, that, and the third, and you are the aggressor, you need to go to jail.
So why did he go to jail?
That's part of what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to give you a small little plug.
Okay.
With the Georgia's Women, Policy Institute, we're working on a project with law enforcement on how to detect who was the primary aggressor.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when you don't know what's going on from the police, when they arrive and they're looking and things are tore up, they don't know. A lot of times men may be all scratched up, but that doesn't mean he didn't do whatever to her.
Right.
So the best thing that they do is they go ahead and just take them both. But see, here's the thing. In the state of Georgia, say if he was at his house or the daughter is there, he is also going to get child endangerment. Like it's more than just domestic assault.
But why, if she attacked him in his house and she know the daughter is there, why is he getting charged for child endangerment? Because he couldn't stop crazy from attacking him.
Police don't know that. So when they arrive on the scene, they're just looking at the marks. So if I say Tony hit me, and then while we were doing whatever, you say, no, here's the mark to show where she hit me, they're just like, okay, we're going to take both of them to jail, because in so many cases, Georgia's a men's state, like a men's advocacy state. So in so many cases, they had where women were the aggressors in situations that alleged were similar to this one, and they took the man to jail because she said he hit me first. So now they've leveled it all out, and because officers don't have that type of time and training, rather, they just take both of them to jail and y'all let the judge settle it. If both parties have marks or bruises, any marks or bruises, and that is one of the reasons why you have so many women that are dropping the charges, because now men are saying, hey, she hit me too, and she might have been innocent. So charges are dropped. Yeah.
I was about to say, can we just stop lying? Like, just
I
tell
mean,
the
it'd
truth
be
about
nice
what
in
happened.
a perfect world, but if you don't want to go to jail and you know good and well you hit me first, that you might pop off and be like, no, you hit me.
I'm not hitting nobody.
I did.
Why?
Because you know what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, and I was thinking about this. I had to go back and look at some stuff because it's a very toxic relationship. It was a toxic relationship.
It was a toxic relationship.
And Jermaine Dupri, all these people tried to tell him to stay away from this girl.
I need you to separate your feelings for him for what happened on that day.
Come on, Tony.
Because just because you might not care for him as a person, it was still wrong for her to attack him.
It was absolutely wrong.
So why can't you feel sorry for that
Matthew like that?
Exactly. You'll be the first one up there trying to beat her butt.
But Matthew also better not come to me talking about when we was about to fight and we were together. We was about to no. She need your bruise ought to be in the back of the head when you was walking away from crazy.
He could be sitting on his couch playing his video game. He might be mouthing off, but she shouldn't. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I'm just saying.
I'm just looking at the picture.
And
I didn't know they clowning
exactly
them.
like
the internet
she just went
no
like that
now,
man
she
has
should not
to
have
heal.
done that. She
that
has,
man and
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that she was right, because she was in no way, shape, or form right for putting her hands on him. Because we learned in kindergarten that you need to keep your hands to what? Yourself.
But my grandmother used to say, if you pass a lick, you better be ready to take one.
You better be ready to take one. So I'm
if
not saying she was right.
Jump, girl, you about
I'm
to get
not
me
saying
down.
she was right. I don't feel.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to
I
throw
don't
that out
feel.
there since we were talking about the Super Bowl. But the halftime show, I liked it just because I'm a Maroon 5 fan.
As am I.
And
I like Maroon 5
I like
too,
Big
but
Boy.
As
I
am
don't-
I.
I didn't like
but I
it.
still felt like the show was whack.
It
Okay?
was.
It was whack.
I'm
The
telling
show
you,
was
his
whack.
voice is not powerful enough,
I
and
don't-
he has a nasty attitude.
What?
I don't
He
even
does.
know. Women
I
like
can't
Adam.
get
Like
that.
I feel.
Adam.
I appreciate
I
who
listened
he is.
to
I
this
just-
certain
I
radio
like it.
station when they were interviewing him, and I guess they were laughing a little bit too much or whatever. She asked him a question, and he just hung up the phone on her. I'm like, that was just rude.
Ooh. Okay, I didn't hear that. Well, I will tell you what made me, because we got to move on to the next topic. But I will tell you what made me most upset about this Super Bowl. You are in a city that literally has musical geniuses everywhere. You pick Maroon 5, not from here. Then you invite Big Boy for literally like half a bar.
But here's the thing.
That just
They and Jermaine Dupri, and this is where my whole boycotting came in again.
Mm-hmm.
Because instead of going and asking JD to who has assisted with Grammy shows,
curate,
BET shows,
curate, please.
and they gave him the free shows where
Yeah.
they had 50,000 people
Yeah.
in Centennial
Yeah,
Park.
yeah.
And I mean, he said I would have had Usher, TLC, Outkast.
But they invited other people. They invited Cardi B. They invited
No.
No, from
I'm
Atlanta.
talking about you're
Cardi
in it.
lives in
No.
Atlanta?
No,
Cardi
born
is
and
not
bred.
from
But
Atlanta. My thing
maybe
is
not, but-
Cardi. My thing is you have Atlanta born and bred talent right here in the city who would have done the
Set
Super
it
Bowl
off for
But
for
I was about to
nothing.
say,
They
are you sure nobody turned it down? Because everybody was with Cap and not going to the Super Bowl and doing anything. So we
No,
probably
because they
didn't
did
get the
other
show
shows.
we
No.
needed
They
They
performed
perform
for the
other
free
places.
show.
They perform for the free
I know,
shows.
because
And
Snoop
so-
was here. I mean, there was a whole lot of people
That's
here
what I'm
at their
saying.
parties, but because people were flipping and tripping about halftime at the Super Bowl,
It could have been that.
they
Well, no,
would
he's
not
had
show
this
up
for
and do
weeks.
that.
I mean, he's
Because
had
even
this for
Jay-Z
months.
was like, no. I mean, a lot of people turned it down. A lot of great people who would have put on an
I mean, I
awesome
get that.
show turned it down.
I don't know if
I guess
agree.
Maroon
And
5
I
needed a
I
check,
don't
but
know
I
that-
wouldn't have.
Because all them people from Georgia was over in the free show with 50,000 people
Doing the
And
show.
so
But
doing
see,
it-
what
Oh.
I actually read was I don't even know if they really get paid to do the Super Bowl halftime show.
I don't know.
I don't know.
About that. I ain't talking about no Bitcoin.
You go.
They went and got Auntie Gladys because she needed the coin.
She needed the
Well,
coin.
I mean,
Stole all
she
them
may
Well-
have, but I think the halftime show. I'm not really sure because I've just read because I was reading up on Maroon and it said in there that they don't even get paid for that.
I
so
had
don't
another
even-
attitude about this. Y'all know how I feel about people with disabilities. I'm sorry. The deaf people. They done went, hired an interpreter, didn't even put the camera on the interpreter so the deaf people could enjoy the
Well,
national anthem or the halftime
Maybe
show.
they felt like it was gonna be one of those, like the lady. You remember
Hey,
the lady
don't
who was?
start. No.
You remember the
Over in
lady?
Africa doing all
The
that
lady who
jacked up
was.
stuff. And the hurricane.
You remember the lady who was interpreting for, and she
Yeah.
wasn't really
Yeah, she
interpreting
wasn't.
words
She
for the.
was all
Yeah,
wrong for
maybe
that.
they didn't want that kind of
Okay.
situation.
Okay, I'm
But
sorry.
I
Well,
do want to.
from-
I know we got to move on.
we
But I
got to
want to
move,
say
y'all.
yay to Chloe and
Oh,
is it
Hallie and
Chloe.
Mhm.
Y'all did a phenomenal job.
They did.
Y'all were amazing.
They sang.
More power to you.
They did
I've
that.
seen you do some other stuff, so I trust what they're
Yeah,
saying.
they did. They did that. Okay, from two wonderful young women who did a fantastic job to another one who is doing another fantastic job. We want to highlight it is Black History Month. And because it is Black History Month, we are going to continue highlighting fantastic, amazing Black women who are doing amazing, wonderful things. And our tonight's highlight is Miss Candace Mitchell. Now, if you don't know anything about Candace, let me tell you, she is a Georgia Tech graduate. And
Absolutely.
saying that, I really do. As a Georgia graduate, I got to throw up a little
And
bit in my
shout
throat.
out, she's also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority
Oh,
Incorporated.
well,
Yes, she
go
is.
ahead now. Go ahead.
My soror,
Yes,
yes.
all right, okay. But Candace Mitchell is the founder of Mayavana. And Mayavana is I actually heard her speak and she explained it. It's a so you know how for ancestry DNA you have to you spit in the little vial and then you send it off. Well, if you take a strand of your hair and send it to Candace at My Ivana, Candace and her amazing team can analyze that hair and tell you what products work best for your type of hair.
I might need to do that.
She says that Candace says that your hair is just as unique as your fingerprint, and that everybody should not be using the same products, and that because everyone should not be using the same products, and they're really prior to her wonderful invention, there really was no way for women to be able to tell like should I be using products with more oil in them? Should I be using them with more this in them or that? So she has come up with a fantastic way to do that. And all you got to do is pluck your hair, put it in the little vial, and send it on off to Candace and the good people at My Ivana.
Now, what if you have like 3 different grades of hair? Because I promise you, my son, the youngest son, he had, especially when he was born, he had straight hair, Jewish hair, and black hair. And I don't even know where.
But that
I'm pretty
typically
sure
happens
we got
when they're babies. All the little.
Okay, he's 6. He about to turn 6, and he literally, if I let his hair grow out, I'm telling you, he got Jewish hair. He got some straight up here, and then I know where he get the color from because my hair, especially in the summertime, is like a light red. Like you can't. I have so much hair on my arms, you can't tell because it's either light red or blonde. I've never shaved a leg or an arm or nothing. So I'm like, I don't know where he gets the texture, and because my hair, I have no idea what products to put in it because it is so dry. It doesn't absorb anything.
Sure if you
But
took
send
some
it to
pieces.
Candace.
Well, I mean, I just found out about her. I didn't know about her.
Actually going to get together and work on some other things.
Okay.
Because shout out, y'all know I'm doing How to Save Superwoman, and really for us. And one of the things after I complete my dissertation, one of the things that I really want to research with Black women is postpartum. You know, because there's a difference between mommy blues and postpartum depression, and those are things that we don't talk about. So what we did is we got together and we started talking, and they can actually detect a lot of these things from your hair because it's based on. She and I were talking. It's based on your hormone levels. So your hormone levels will be a little higher. Because I got with my OBGYN and we started talking about some things, and so your hormone levels will be a little higher when they should, just like, you know, when detecting pregnancy, is the HCG level? Those levels will be higher or lower, and so when you're coming down from after delivery, your hormones should be decreasing. However, with postpartum depression and different mental illnesses, the hormone levels are higher, and they can detect that in your hair. So now, when I tell you she's awesome,
she's incredibly
smart. Can that also be affected by your age?
Age can be. I mean, it just depends on what. With us, I'm looking for something else. Like I'm looking for depressive signs in a woman after delivery, but I'm sure the same thing can be detected, like with what is it called? You know, when you have your personal summers, your own personal summer. Why am I drawing menopause?
I was like, I know the personal summer.
You can detect. There are so many things because you have to think when you go for a job, they can detect any type of drug use or the medications that you take within your hair. But this is when I tell you, she's doing it.
She's doing it. She did a wonderful. I went to a seminar called Empower Her, or
that's it.
Yeah, I went to a seminar called Empower Her and Her Speak, and
she's phenomenal.
She is one of the most fantastic. She's very personable, but she's very smart, and you can tell it right off the bat. Really, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Like, I'm not a delta.
That's what we're doing, friend. Just right there.
Well, you was just shouting around.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I thought I would support you. Didn't we talk about supporting you?
Well, Candace is quite amazing. So the question on the table, Tony says that she would definitely use a product like this. I have not yet, but I'm absolutely going to purchase a product. I'm going to send my sample in so that I can figure out what to do under these bundles that I keep buying. And listen, I appreciate my bundles. I like my bundles.
Listen.
Ain't nothing wrong with the bundles, but if you don't take care of the hair underneath the bundles, honey, you will end up bald. And that's not, my God said no. My God did not down the cross for me to be bald.
No.
That's not what.
Anybody, okay, let's say this. Because that's something, I'm glad you brought that up. And I know you were just throwing it out there. But she also, with, who was that was telling me they had alopecia? And the pieces that were there. Because sometimes your diet has a lot to
Absolutely.
do with it. And so she can tell you all of that stuff. Because she's a chemist by trade.
Yeah.
So she can tell you if there's something that you're eating that's in your diet, you send it into her, she can tell you about it.
That's amazing. I'm very excited. So she is our Black Woman of Excellence this week, and she's a wonderful entrepreneur. Please make sure you go and check her out. Check out her website, which is myavana. That's myavana.com. You want to do myavana.com and go ahead and get your sample over to her. We are going to take a very, very short commercial break, and we are going to be right back with more of The Curve. Hey guys, we are back with more of The Curve. Next, so I was reading Forbes, as I often do, because I like Forbes. I like Forbes as an entrepreneur. You have got to read Forbes. And I was reading an article that was talking about how women, and I think we talked about this a little bit last week, how Black women have started to become the population that is
most growing entrepreneurs.
The fastest growing demographic for becoming entrepreneurs. And then I read another article. I read another article on Forbes that said this is both wonderful, but there are some things that we need to watch out for. And so what it was talking about was the funding challenges that African American women are finding because they are because they are growing their businesses, and that because we are the fastest growing population, we need to know how to get to the money. We need to know how to secure the bag so that we can build these businesses. So the question on the table is, both of you ladies have businesses of your own. What have been your funding challenges and in order to get your business off the ground, and what do you continue to need? Like, what do you need as an entrepreneur? Because I'm sure if we need it, somebody else out there needs it too.
Well, I'll start with me.
Okay.
And I don't have any problem with talking about my debt to income ratio. As you all know, I'm in school pursuing my doctorate. Come on, y'all pray for me.
That student loan debt too,
so
honey.
I have a mortgage in student loans, like a nice size house.
Yeah.
Like house around the corner. And so even though I have great credit, because this huge amount of money is still sitting there and I'm still in school, that's been an issue for me. That's been an issue. So how I've tried to resolve this issue, I follow Budgetnista, the student loan doctor on Instagram, and really talking to her and following Budgetnista on how to continue to increase my credit score, along with what's going on, understanding, because see, this is what I learned. I ain't gonna shout them out, but I'm just gonna say I went to a Shark Tank, had this really nice program.
You can shout them out?
I can shout them out? Okay, so I went to a Damon John workshop. And when I tell you, they broke down how opening a business line of credit and what that looks like for you, even when you have student loan debt, that really helped, lining things up as I'm pursuing and to prayerfully graduating this spring or summer, like having the ball already rolling.
Absolutely.
I deal with a guy, his name is Harper Lawson, and he helps me as far as with, my credit, as well as building my business line of credit. Because at the same time, I'm just going to be honest, I don't have time to keep up with my credit, see what's going on, manage the house, take care of the kid, and do all this other stuff. So I pay him to do it.
Amen.
And it's worth every penny.
Amen.
So that's how, and he gave me a projected date on, because I shared this with you all. I have an adult popsicle line that I'm looking to launch within the next couple of months. Yes, you all. I'll tell you where to find me. It's an adult popsicle line.
Not for kids.
However, in order to be able to serve the masses, I'm gonna need extra funding.
Absolutely.
And for me, I'm gonna be honest, it was raising my blood pressure up at night, because I was thinking about how am I gonna get this money, and that means that I have to hurry up and finish this dissertation. So it's a lot of pressure. I got to work. I got to write. Hustle
and raise this baby.
And I was thinking in my mind, real talk, why wasn't I down in Magic City this weekend? That could have helped all of this. We could have got the first year. I feel like Michigan State 98 Missy could have clipped amateur night one of these nights, and they got a plus size night.
They got a plus size night, honey.
I could have won and just.
That probably was the best night.
That was the best night. They were winning. I started thinking
about them old morals and values.
Come on, morals and values. They'll get you every time.
But yeah, that's what I've done. I have someone that I work with, because in going to, even when I went to the Damon John weekend, and they set everything up. Like, I have a business plan, I have marketing, all of that costs money.
Absolutely.
And I just don't have $35,000, $40,000, and they'll say, well, just go and ask your parents. My mom and them don't have the type of money that they're just going to give me.
Which is what the Forbes article was talking about explicitly, is that a lot of times other cultures have the opportunity to go and just hit their mama up for a loan. Well, listen, my mama is not, she gonna give me a loan for a lot of things. She gonna help me find childcare for my baby. She gonna do a lot of things. What she's not doing is giving me $50,000 to invest in my business. And that's what's happening with a lot of black women around the country as they open smaller businesses. So the article was saying that the average business that a black woman owns makes between $44,000 to $65,000 a year. That is what it. That's the gross. That's the gross amount. And that happens because black women are literally bootstrapping it. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
and then you think about our competition, because
Yeah.
I've been, okay, let me say this, not competition, but women
The
from other
market.
cultures.
The market.
Because I have been studying Sarah Blakely, but her story is just so different because of the fact that when I study these women who are entrepreneurs that don't look like us, number one, they usually don't have children. And even watching them on Shark Tank, they're like, well, my husband worked, or I don't never see a single mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I don't see a single mother with children. Usually they're stay-at-home moms, or either they're single and they went to their mom. Or, you know, when you, and I'm not trying to be funny with anybody, but when you single, like, you got a lot of time. Like, you can work multiple
You have
jobs.
time, and you also have more disposable income.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to necessarily, you can take that money that you're going out to eat every night, and you can take that and invest it into your business. Versus when you have a kid and you're a mom, you're taking that money and divesting it and diverting it into other places, namely your children.
Yep.
But that being said, a lot of Black women are still making it work and still making their businesses happen. So what I wanted to do, I thought would be a really wonderful thing, and Tony has printed out an amazing list. Yeah. Tony has printed out an amazing list.
How did you see that?
Because that's my job. Tony has printed out an amazing list, and there was there's an article on Fundera, which is a great website that you want to go to if you are a woman who is looking for ways to raise your capital, ways to find investors, ways to just kind of figure some of the money part out of business. Because a lot of times we focus on the marketing and we focus on the plan and we focus on, but we aren't as focused because we don't know exactly what to do. We don't focus as much on the money side of things.
Kickstart is good too.
Kickstart is amazing. Kickstart is really good if you have an idea that you are that's a brand new idea that you're trying to sell to the masses and get people to buy into. Your Kickstart's amazing for that. But these are like grants and funds that I found on Fundera.
Yeah, I'm gonna say those. But I also wanna. She doesn't even know I'm gonna do this because I have a friend who her whole goal is to help moms.
See, what is the sisterhood mama today? What is the sisterhood mama today?
No, this is coaching, and that's one thing that we don't get a lot of, because later on when we talk about do we ever ask for help, we don't. And her name,
this is true.
Her business is called Refreshed Moms.
Okay.
And she started this because she was a stay-at-home mom who homeschooled her kids and things like that. But she's like, she still had the desire to do her business.
Yeah.
And her business is to help other moms get out there and get their business started. And she has all kind of awesome programs and stuff. She even has a lot of free stuff on Facebook. Her name is Deanna Mason, Refreshed Moms. Look her up on Facebook. She has a lot of phenomenal
and just
information.
know you about to get a phone call to see if you want to be a guest on the show, Deanna. Just
all right, Deanna, we might have to get you out here. But these are, and then I'll tell my story later, because when I got married, when I was a single mom, I was a single mom for 18 years. I did all those businesses, those Mary Kay's, selling body oil.
All the Tupperware parties. What was that, 35 bags or 31?
31, because it has to do with the Bible. But I've sold 31. So even like I got to the point where I got burnt out. It's like anytime anybody approached me with a business, I'm like, nope, I've done it all. I don't want to hear no more, because I just got burnt out, because a lot of that stuff, people really have to tell you the truth behind all those businesses. They were like, oh, girl, you just got to come to a meeting or two, and it's all your business. It's not. And it takes you a lot away from your children. And I'm like, I'm a single mom. I can't be going to meetings 3-7 times a week. You know what I'm saying?
And as we have learned on Shark Tank, the margins are horrible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I am grateful to Shark Tank, and they can say whatever they want to say about Mr. Wonderful. He breaks the margins down.
Yes, he does.
If it costs you $8 and the people buying it for $20, you ain't making no money.
Your margins ain't good. Your margins ain't good. This is something I learned from The Prophet, who Marcus Lemonis is one of my favorite people on the whole planet. He is my brother in my head. The margin, listen, if you ain't got these 50% margins, you ain't doing it right.
People don't understand that. So after I got married, I worked for a year after I got married. And within that year, my committed goal was to pay off all our debt, and that's what I did.
Well, come on,
because I'm an accountant by trade. So if you look at and for the last 9-10 years, we have been living off of one income. And
that's
now
how
we
you're
have,
supposed to live.
and we have 2 extra children that we birthed it in late in our 40s. And then it's like, but if you see my budget, and that's another thing with a lot of, I will say, black people, they don't want to live off of a budget.
No, that's
I have lots
that's
of friends,
accurate.
and I tell, she's like, girl, how do you do it? I have a budget, and my husband knows I have it broken down to how much. Okay, this is our clothes budget for the year. This is our food budget for the year. This is our budget for traveling and stuff. I have it all broken down because that's just the gift that God gave me, Lord. And, but, I mean, it works.
Yeah.
Budgets work, but people are like, oh, I can't be constrained to a budget. If you want to live beyond what you are living, yes, you can.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that's an issue that we have. But let's get to the 11 best small business grants for women entrepreneurs.
Can we post those as well?
We certainly can.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We'll post those on the website after the show's over.
Number 1, grants.gov. Number 2, National Association for the Self-Employed Growth Grants. Number 3, Eileen Fisher Women-Owned Business Grant Program. Number 4, Amber Grant. Number 5, Idea Cafe Grant.
Let me just say something about Idea Cafe. Idea Cafe is a wonderful grant for startups. If you are a startup and you are looking for money, Idea Cafe is wonderful for that.
Number 6, #GirlBoss.
Also Girl Boss.
Foundation Grant. Number 7, Cartier Women's Initiative Award. Number 8, grantsforwomen.org.
Also a great place if you want just information about being an entrepreneur and information to push along and move along your small business.
Number 9, FedEx Small Business Grant.
And they give a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh,
they
I
give
might
a
have to
lot of money.
But see, you gotta get the votes.
Yeah.
So once you make it to a certain level, it's about what the people want to see.
Yeah,
so people
yeah,
have to vote for you and things. But it's great.
It's
Where
still
are they voting at?
online.
Online.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They go to the site.
Mm-hmm.
I got an idea. The number 10, the Halstead Grant. And number 11, Open Meadows Foundation.
I encourage you to go check all of those out because again, they give every one of those grants gives different size loans. I know Idea Cafe is like $1,000. I think Girl Boss gives like $5,000 to $35,000. Yeah, come on, you're right. $5,000 to $35,000 based on the idea that you have, and they give several grants throughout the year. So I think that like if you are wherever you are in your stage of entrepreneurship, I think that would be an amazing website for you to just start looking for the money. Don't be out here doing this thing by yourself because entrepreneurship is hard enough. Yes. Having capital invested. Now, you also have to show, in a lot of grants that you write, you also have to show what you're going to do with the money. You're going to have to show that you're a financially, a good steward. Financially responsible. You're going to have to show some things. So if you are not in a position to write grants right now, get started. Make sure that your books are right. Make sure that you are tracking your expenses and your income. Make sure that like your business is where it needs to be so that when you do have to write a grant and present a grant, it's really easy for you to say, okay, here's what my financials look like.
And there are grant writers out there if you need help because that's not everyone's gift. So there is someone who is gifted to write grants.
And there are also the nonprofit organization for women gives free grant writing classes. If you need grant, if you can't afford a person, because everybody can't, but if you can't afford a person, there are free grant writing classes. I suggest you get in them and get focused on making sure you get to the money.
The Civic Center for Innovation also has great workshops for small businesses. Okay, one more plug.
Okay.
Just one more plug.
Okay.
So if you watched Regina Sunshine show last week, you saw Tim Simpson was on here, and he's having a vacation work forum. So it's business and entrepreneur forum, and they're going to have people discussing business training, web developers, health and wellness coaches, online advertising. And you remember, he was the serial entrepreneur. So you can go on Instagram and follow him at Tim the Motivator 9. And that's when he's really promoting entrepreneurship.
When is the vacation?
It is
He
April
took that word
5th
and made it valuable.
to April 7th, and it will be in Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Yes.
April 5th to the 7th. So look him up, Tim the Motivator 9. So, y'all know we got to have our sisterhood moment.
Cyber sisterhood moment.
Sisterhood moment. So I want to know, how do you feel about asking for help? Is it okay? Because we're talking about entrepreneurship, and I want to know, how do you ladies feel? Like, tell the truth. Do you really ask for help when you need it?
Real talk, I struggle. And here's the thing.
Why
I am a giver of help. So I'm always a person who's like, call me if you need me. Like, let me help you. How can I assist? Let me get in your life and get all in your business, and we're going to figure this thing out together. I absolutely will get all in your mix and help you find yourself, your life, your business, all of that. But I struggle because and this is just, we're going to have a real sisterhood moment at the table. A lot of times I feel like my needs are not important enough to warrant asking. So I might think, well, this is a small thing. So this isn't something that I need to bother somebody else with. This isn't something that deserves somebody else's time. I don't want to be an imposition to people. I don't want to, and for me, I always feel like people are never being an imposition to me, because I always have the desire to want to see my sisters do better, and my brothers too. Like, I always want to see you win. And so for me, it's like, okay, well, what do we have to do to make whatever's going on in your world better? I always feel like, okay, I can handle whatever's going on in my world, even if I can't sometimes. And so I struggle with the asking for help often, because it feels like oftentimes others' problems and issues are bigger than mine. Like, I got this over here, but I need to help with what's going on over there, because I got this right here. That's where I struggle.
Well, I would say
sisterhood moment.
I would say I am definitely a promoter of asking for help, but as Shannon was talking, I realized that I don't ask for help, because I am like Shannon. I am the ultimate friend, sister, mama. I'm going to be there anytime you need me. And no matter what's on my plate, yes, I have kids, we have businesses, I have a husband, I have a house to manage. I have a lot going on. But if you call me any time of day or night and you're going through something, I'm like, babe, I gotta go to such a house. I'll be back. I'll be back before you go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Her husband in the help too.
I sure did.
So
sure do, all the time.
We are like just the ultimate. We give so much that by the time we need something, we're probably too drained to ask for help. I'm serious. I'm like, I might just be like, you know what? I just need a nap, and it'll be okay, because it's not. And
a nap will make it better.
A nap will make it better. A nap with some tea and a blanket on the couch.
That's accurate.
That will make it better.
Listen. We're laughing because that's my struggle.
Missy has to come over to my house and be like, listen, I just need a nap. And I just need you to make sure my child gets whatever she needs. I just need to lay here and take a nap on your couch. Listen, that is a real sisterhood moment.
Yeah.
But then she's like trying to clean up. And I don't even see what's going on.
Now that's accurate.
I'm so tired.
Just need a nap.
Care less
about what's going on. Absolutely.
So,
that's true.
I want to leave us with this quote.
Okay.
Behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. So remember, it's okay to ask for help.
It's okay.
It is.
It's okay to
I
not
have
be
great
okay.
friends.
It's okay to
Yeah.
not be okay.
It's okay.
Now, what I will say is,
Here we go.
oftentimes, I have sisters who help me when I don't ask. Like, they will just look at me and be like, this is what you need.
I need you to stop telling my business.
No, seriously. Like, I have sisters in my circle who will be like, oh, you need me to come get your child for the weekend. That's what you need. Ooh, those are bags. You need rest. So I do have, while I don't always ask for help, I have friends and loved ones in my life. Like, my friends are my family. So I have family in my life who will just see a need and make it happen.
Your village,
And
which is
my
very
village.
important.
Your village is
you
super
have
important.
to have an awesome village.
Absolutely.
And I feel like we do. So
This is
Fair.
an awesome lady.
yes.
We're going to take one more quick commercial break, and we will be right back with more of The Curve. All right, guys, we are back. What an amazing show, guys!
I enjoyed it.
What an
Yes.
amazing show. I do want to. We forgot to shout out our other co-hosts, Stony Love and Felicia Jordan. Felicia, hope that car gets fixed, girl. We got you though. We
Yes,
tried to hold it down for you. We tried to hold it down for you, but we had an amazing show nonetheless.
And we need to make sure that we get Felicia's website. So
Oh,
people can,
yeah.
'cause let me tell you something. The outfits that Felicia has sold us.
Okay, listen.
Got me some compliments. I had some people trying to be on my team.
Hey!
Looking in them curves.
Yay! Yes. Now listen, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. We're working on Felicia's website and getting it up. And when it's up and popping, y'all are gonna want these fashions. Okay, you're gonna want them because I too was rocking my outfit last night and got all the compliments, and I had to tell people, I'm married, boo. You can't, you can't talk to me like that.
Oh, God. Help her, Lord.
So, but it was an amazing outfit, and so when Felicia gets her website up and popping, y'all, I cannot wait for y'all to see this. It's gonna be amazing. Anyway, love and light as always. Make sure you continue to win. Make sure that you remember that you are worthy and you are worth it. And don't forget to live life on the curve. We will see y'all next week.
Bye-bye.